I've been a quilter for, I guess, about 15 years now. I have to add in there that I have a zero fear policy when it comes to quilting. If there's something that I want to make, I'm not afraid to try and mess up and figure things out, okay? So I'm here to make like all the mistakes that I can in this life so that I can create the most beautiful quilts that I want to make and see the things that I want to see out there in the world. I want to share a couple things that I've learned with you today. We're going to call this Murphy's Law of quilting. In short, if something bad can happen, it is going to happen. And come here, let's take this one step further. If something bad can happen, it will happen, and probably at the very worst time. Okay, that's what Murphy's Law is. How does it apply to quilting? Well, let me tell you. There is the law of misplaced pins. I can't find any to show you. This law states that any pin lost while sewing is going to find its way to the most inconvenient location, whether that be deep in the threads of your carpet, stuck between the cracks of your desk where you cannot grab it, or inside the bottom of your foot. Yeah. The law of bobbin insufficiency. This one states that the amount of thread that is on your bobbin will always be insufficient to finish that last seam of that last row of that last piece of whatever it is you're working on. You're going to have to wind another bobbin to finish those last few inches. The law of creative interruption. This one is when you reach peak creativity. I mean, the vibes are flowing, things are happening. You know exactly what you want to do. You are in the flow that everybody wants to be in, and it's wonderful. This law states that something is going to interrupt you. Life is going to throw something at you, whether it be the doorbell ringing, the phone ringing, somebody coming in, a pet that's needing to go outside. Something is going to happen to throw you off your groove. The law of the red tension. Yeah, that one is a frustrating one to get into. If it starts to waver and you get it off that one little perfect minuscule measurement that you have there, it's going to be a pain in the booty to get it back to where you want it to be. Do I need to just rethread everything? Is there something stuck in there? Do I need to clean my machine? All of that has to do with thread tension. And the law of wandering rotary cutter is next. This one states that no matter where you are in your room, no matter where you've been working, the tool that you need in that moment is actually on the other side of the room. Probably buried beneath some papers or some scrap fabric that you were cutting yesterday. You ever heard somebody say, shh, don't let it know you're in a hurry? Yeah. Don't let the sewing machine gremlins know that you are in a hurry, because as soon as your sewing machine knows that you are in a hurry, you're on a deadline, you want to finish this so that you can go run those errands that you need to run, or you go to that dinner party that you've got tonight, your sewing machine's going to act up. You're suddenly going to be magically out of bobbin thread. Tension's going to get off. The stitching isn't going to work right. Your needle's going to break. Something is going to happen that is going to make you have to sit and stay at your sewing machine, or give up in a frustrated huff and leave your project. This one gets me every single time. The law of fabric frenzy. As soon as you declare a fabric buying freeze, right? Where you're like, I have enough stuff. I have enough scraps. I need to use the fabrics that I have. That is when all the fabric goes on sale, or you find this amazing quilt pattern that you just have to make, yet somehow in all of the fabric that you have, you don't have the right ones. I'm kind of in the middle of this one right now. I wasn't supposed to go shopping, and there might be one or two more coming in the mail still. The last law that I'm going to share about with you today is the fabric hoarder's law. As soon as you decide to destash, to get rid of, or to let go of some fabric that you've been hanging on to for the longest time, waiting for that perfect project, you get regret. You'll find the perfect project for it. You'll find yourself thinking, oh, that would have been really cool for ... whatever it is. This is going to leave you either disappointed that you let it go because you now have the perfect project for it, or determined to never let things go again and re-hoard all of the fabric that you can, so that if that moment comes up again, you're going to be prepared. It has come up in my quilting journey way more times than I can count. I'm sure a lot of those ring true for you as well. If you have anything else that you think should be on this list of Murphy's Laws of Quilting, leave them in the comments down below. I would love, love, love to read them, because there is nothing like feeling like you are on level with somebody else who completely gets what it is that you do, the struggles that you face, whether they be big ones, little ones, somewhere in between. It's a wonderful feeling. I hope you have a great week next week. Lots of sewing on your calendar, right? If it's not on there, go ahead and put it on there now. Go ahead and plan a time for you to spend some time in your sewing space with your sewing machine, whether you're making something amazing or you're just playing with fabric. Go ahead and write that down on your calendar. You'll thank me later. I'm Kristen with IcyStarsQuilting.com. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.